we follow Blanta Ivermect. She is a Strega who lost 2 people in her family due to the effects of star stuff, which is kind of comparable to magical heroin, we could say, I think.
Or crystal meth. One of those things.
So you can see the beautifully illustrated deterioration of a person who gets addicted to star stuff. And we also get some implications that star stuff might have something to do with something greater than just Terra or just the people, the Mythans in Terra, all the different species. Hello, humans! Welcome to our second episode of the Mythropool Podcast. We're very happy to see you guys again, even though we can't really see you.
But we feel you.
Yes, we feel you. We feel everyone.
We feel the love.
Yes, we do. We absolutely do.
Yes.
Because today we're gonna give you guys a little recap of Mythropool issue number 3.
Which is now out of stores.
Just
went out of stores.
Yeah. The moment we post this, it will indeed be out of stores. And then number 4 will be available.
Yes.
We will also be teasing what will be happening in Mythropool issue number 4. And then we're gonna answer a couple of questions, and we're gonna tease something
new, small but new for our newspaper.
It's a new element we're gonna integrate into the paper. So
we are very hyped.
Yeah, we are very hyped.
So for the people who who already forgot our names, my name is Josse.
My name is Bo.
And we are the creators and writers of Mythropool, the monthly fantasy newspaper about the world of Terra.
Yes, and let's place the shout-outs at the front this time. So the ones who quit after 5 minutes also get to hear it. We would like to mention Felix Bosgaard, our illustrator, and Inge Tange, our graphic designer, and also Stefan van Loon, her husband, who created the website and
is still working on it.
Is still working on the website. There's also some updates coming that way. So let's start by recapping number 3.
All right.
So in Mythropool number 3, we are 3 months into the human Mythan merger, as we can call it.
Yes.
And a lot of opinions rise up, and a lot of political change also rises up. So we get to meet Nymftar Chomak. He is the leader of the Erdlingers. The Erdlingers are like a tribe of wood elves. That's what they look like. And those Erdlingers have a very peculiar way of seeing hierarchy and
strange ideologists.
Yes. So they are they are a self-sufficient people who like to have their land and not leave that land. And try and conquer more and more land from other species.
And they really don't care about other species. Their homeland is number one, and everything that happens around their homeland, they don't care.
Yeah,
unless
exactly.
they can get it. They can conquer the other lands surrounding their homeland.
So they are kind of nationalists, even though they don't really have a country. So because that doesn't really exist in the world of Terra.
Nope.
But Nymftar has a few things to do in our first season, so to call it. He's gonna do quite a lot of things, but in issue number 3 we get introduced to him. Then we have a interview with Lucius Nosfer. He's the second highly.
It's comparable with the Minister of External Affairs.
Yeah. So
or
he's like Hubertus Bordeaux's right-hand man.
Yeah,
right.
Indeed. Yeah. Internal Affairs. Sorry.
Yeah, internal affairs. Exactly. So he's Bordeaux's right-hand man, but he starts to have some some questions about what Bordeaux is doing and what the other powerful people in the capital are doing, in the Highly houses, as the political buildings are called. And we also have a continuation of our Star Stuff profile. So this month, like in the third issue, we follow Blanta Ivermect. She is a Strega who lost two people in her family due to the effects of Star Stuff, which is kind of comparable to magical heroin, we could say, I think.
Or crystal meth. One
Or
of
crystal
those
meth.
things.
So you can see the beautifully illustrated deterioration of a person who gets addicted to Star Stuff. And we also get some implications that Star Stuff might have something to do with something greater than just Terra or just the people, the Mythans in Terra, all the different species.
Yes. And in number 3, we also, for our main story, have another big development which shakes the earth beneath every Mitten's feet. We will not give details, but something like a kind of attack on the new ideology of Hubertus Bordeaux is already there, and his decision for the portals to open to the human world is directly threaded by it.
Yeah.
So, but for details, you'll have to read number 3. You can still get them not in the stores, but on our website through subscriptions.
Yeah, absolutely. So
and normally in a few weeks, also as single issue on our website, but more about that later.
Yes, indeed. That's what Stefan is working on.
Yes.
There's a symbol on a door somewhere that has a lot of implications. And yeah, it really does shake up our world. But to repeat what we also said in the last episode, if you subscribe, you get the first 12 issues. So right now, if you would subscribe now, you would get number 4, but you would also get number 1, 2, and 3, and then you will get everything monthly until issue number 12.
April next year.
Yeah, April next year, indeed. And then the second season, so to say, starts, and then you can subscribe again. So we hope that will happen.
Yes.
We will see.
And in issue number 4, the direct consequences of the events happening in the third issue will happen. So we have a sign in the third issue that appears, and the direct consequences also on the Hylies, like Lucius Nosfer, will have their consequences in the 4. So everything gets shaken up more and more.
Yes. Mr. Chomak gets to come to the capital, which is quite important because he didn't really want to leave his land. But if he comes to the capital, there's a very good reason as to why. And we have a Kailumquaton accident too.
Indeed.
It's also
our beautiful sports Kailumquaton is they are heading towards the World Cup. So every team has to play some qualification matches, but it's not always that easy for every team to conquer other teams or to train even for the qualification matches. So some things happen there.
Yeah, we will get to see a dried up Siren Eye, which was something we were very curious about when we gave that that assignment to Felix, and Felix absolutely
nailed it.
Yeah, he hit it out of the park with that one, and with everything, because we also get to see Lucius Nosfer's house, where he lives in the mountains, which is also I think it's my favorite illustration until now. What Felix did with the dynamic lighting and stuff. And we also will get a follow-up on the Cult of the Godoth. It's something we only saw in the first issue. but those people are still working on their nefarious plans to make people join their cult. So we also get a follow-up on that.
Very exciting.
Yeah, or maybe that's in 5.
No,
I think it's in 5. Yeah. So
we've teased it, and you've heard it here first.
Yeah. So those are like the updates, the
Yes.
teasers, the recaps. But we have something else to tease.
First off, because I'm sorry to interrupt, because maybe some people already stopped listening here. We just want to sum up where Mythropool is being sold.
Yeah, very important.
So on our website, like we said, with subscriptions, and we will elaborate on that later. But
yeah, and we will with subscriptions. It doesn't matter where you come from.
Nope.
We will make sure to get it to you.
Yes, we ship worldwide, so you can get your 6-month or yearly subscription on our site. And in a few weeks, we think, but we will elaborate on that. The single issues will be available on our website also, but always with a month of delay. So not the issue that can be bought in the stores is already available in the same month. It's always with a month delay. And the shops where we sell them, it's still only in Belgium where you can buy them. There are 250 shops plus where we sell them. It's Standaard Boekhandel, Relay and Press Shop, and also a new shop in Bruges.
Yeah.
The Brugse Boekhandel.
Yeah,
I think it's the Brugse
so.
Boekhandel.
The Brugse Boekhandel.
They were excited to get it in their inventory and to sell it. They have a big fantasy section in their shop, so go and check them out. And then we sell in Mechanic Strip in Antwerp, in World's End Comics in Ghent, Nicolas Optiek in Schravenwezel, and Mama Kalinka.
Yes, the first issue is still available normally.
Yes.
So they only have the first one. Yeah, they only have the first one.
They
So
only have the
if
first
you want to start, go grab an ice cream there.
Yes.
It's like the best ice cream in all of Antwerp. It's really really good, and you can sit yourself down with a nice little first issue of Mythropool while you're enjoying your ice cream. I can't imagine something better, actually.
No. 30 degrees, an ice cream, and a Mythropool. That's a perfect combination.
Yeah, absolutely. This is such disgusting self-promotion, but
That's why we do this.
yeah, that's right. So you're not listening to this past the ads. This is the ad.
Yes, we are the ad of 30 minutes.
The entire podcast is the ad.
So last edition of this Mythropool Cast, we give an update about our website. So the web shop will be more user-friendly to purchase your subscription. And also we would like to add the single issues, like we told, always with a month of delay. So this month, edition 4 will be sold in the shops. But if it will be available on our website, it will be July.
Yeah.
So that's how you need to count. But for the website, at the moment, they're still building on our web shop. So it can take just a little while. But I think when this episode comes out, I think a week or 2 weeks, the web shop will be up to date and you can buy single issues. Mm-hmm. You can buy quicker as ever the subscriptions. So, and it's a web shop of our company, so other things will be available now or later. That's a teaser.
Yeah, Josse is also a painter. And are the paintings still available?
Die verkoop ik er niet.
Ah, oké.
Ja, maar gewoon een nieuwe
Nee.
schilderij. But there are some projects with Waanzin, our company, the company behind Mythropool. They will also appear in our web shop. So keep a lookout on our website, and I think within this week or 2 weeks, an update will be there, and you can buy very easy a subscription or single issue.
Yeah, if you follow us on the socials, especially Instagram, you will absolutely be notified.
Yes.
When that happens.
Yes.
Or if you're on the mailing list, I think we'll also send an update through there. So another thing to tease. from our 6th number.
Yes, number 6.
Going on to the end of the season is a little comic.
Yeah.
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 So right now we have the little puzzles at the end of the paper.
Word games, puzzles, indeed something to enjoy when you've read the whole newspaper at the end.
But we all expressed interest in a little comic of 3 panels in our universe. So it will tell a joke, or it will be some political satire, or it will be something else. But it will be an ongoing story.
Yeah.
Through those 7 issues in the first season. And Felix will also be drawing those, and we will be writing those.
Yes.
So that's something exciting. I think it'll bring some extra flavor to to Mythropool. The more reason to enjoy it.
Indeed.
I think.
Still, 2 things I want to say here. So something I would like to say is that in the story, in the world of Terra, the Mythans who write Mythropool, they have some spaces in the newspaper they keep free and make available for human developers or creators of products or niche things. So if you have a startup or a small company, be sure to...
Or a big company.
Or a big company. Be sure to reach out to us, because there will be spots available for advertising. What will happen? We will not, like a normal newspaper, we will not just advertise like really ads.
Yeah, it will not be a pre-made delivered advertisement.
No.
So we'll talk to you guys, talk about how your idea or your company can fit into our universe, and then we will tailor the ads to fit inside of Mythropool and inside of the world of Terra.
Yeah, so it has the look and feel, so it doesn't break with the look and feel of the newspaper, but it fits in perfectly. And also we are looking, of course, towards creators or companies that have something that interests our readers. We are thinking like just examples, D&D stuff, or dices, or game developers or something, or books. Something that needs to be promoted. We have the spots available in our newspaper, starting from edition number 7.
Yes.
And then the second thing I want to say... Ik ben al kwijt, maat. Wacht, hè. Even wachten, hè.
Ja. Take your time.
Oh, fuck. Ah ja, ik weet het. And the second thing I want to say, we think it isn't fully clear, but on the last page of our newspaper, there's a section with some lines, like a postcard. You can write and send us your own odds and ads, so it can appear in the next edition of Mythropool. So it can be anything. You can roleplay as one of the Mythans, or you can just write as a human your message, and it will appear in the newspaper. Maybe not the following, but it will appear without a doubt.
Yeah, and you don't have to send it to us physically, because it's the postal system costs a lot of money. So you can just send us a picture via the Instagram. We will also get it, and it will appear in the odds and ads. Maybe a little, maybe we have edited it a little bit, or checked out if it wasn't too edgy or vulgar. But the paper is already quite edgy, so we can get away with a lot, I think. But don't start sending us porn. No. We're doing that ourselves.
Yeah, indeed. No, but if you have a message, or you really want to get into the universe, or be a part of the universe, just write it, send it to us. Tag us on Instagram @Mythropool or #Mythropool, and we will see it, or DM it to us. Something like that.
Yeah.
Then I think it's time for our Q&A.
Yes.
We have 4 questions.
I'm very curious. You have read them already, but I haven't.
I'm going to take the screenshots I've made. Maybe in my glasses, for everybody who watches can see all the other pictures I have. Zoom in.
My camera doesn't have enough resolution for that sort of shenanigans.
Okay. So we have 3 questions coming from Chameleon, I think.
All right.
We say it. First question is, Is it possible to start now for new fans who won't have number 1 or 2, or is the plot too complex to do so? So, like we said, if you get a subscription now, you can get every issue.
Yeah, delivered to you.
Yeah, so if you buy your subscription when issue 6 is out, you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you get everything within the season of the first season. So that's not a problem. And for the shops, normally, except for the big shops, Standaard Boekhandel, Relay and Press Shop, but like Mechanic Strip or Worlds and Comics in Ghent, they have the previous issues still there for I think 6 months after they were released. So normally you can go to the shops there and ask for a previous edition of Mythropool, but and like we said, starting from this week or within 2 weeks, through our website, you can get all the previous numbers individually. So there are options.
Yeah, and I think it's especially the question is about someone who tries to jump in at issue number 4 or something. The thing is, we really try to make all of the separate issues accessible for anyone. So yeah, anyone could follow the plot. So we try to recap some things in some articles, some important information you need to know. But we actually haven't gotten any feedback of people who started in like issue number 3. And so we're wondering, that's a question for you guys. You can always send us an email or reply on Instagram. How does it feel? What's the experience when you start in a later issue? Do you have any clue of what's happening? Because we really try our best to make that happen, but we don't really have any feedback.
I know there will be people like me. I am really a, how do you call it, a vibe surfer. So like I start with something just because of the vibe of something or the look and feel, not fully understanding the story, but I don't care a lot. I think there are people like that, but indeed, there are stories going on that had a setup in a previous edition. So it will always be better, of course, to read from the full start. But yeah, we like Bo said, we really don't know how they experience it when they start later.
No, because we write it. When we read it, we need to know everything, and we also need to know how that stuff ends. Which we do, which is very exciting. But we don't know what that's like to see that or read that information for the first time and be able to follow what's happening.
So let us know
the bigger picture. So yeah, please let us know.
Every feedback is really a necessity for us.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
All right, second question from the same person, Chameleon. And that's a cool one, and I have a little job for you guys. Are human newspapers jealous of your success? Well, we don't know if big newspapers really know of our existence yet.
Yeah, that's a thing, especially.
Yeah, so something you guys can do for us is tag every newspaper on one of our posts on Instagram or on TikTok. Just spam them, because we are just with the two of us and of course our illustrator and designer, but we also do our own marketing for the moment. So every tag or share, it really helps. We also try to get it into the newspaper. We reach the newspaper, but it is of course the local section of the newspaper. But yeah, we tried and we are still trying. But you can help us. Only you can help us. So tag or share or do anything. It helps us a lot.
We think it'll need some time for like the big outlets and people in general to discover what this is, and then we will feel soon enough if this is something people like. But we think people like it a lot right now. Like the people who are reading it, we receive positive feedback, which is amazing, because this is something we do with a lot of love.
Very much love.
Yeah, it's that love that keeps keeps us doing this because
Yes.
we both have separate jobs to finance this basically, and yeah, so it's a lot of love. So when someone says something nice about this, it's it's very 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 rewarding.
It gives a tingling
really,
in my stomach.
yes. Yes, absolutely.
And to answer your question, will they be jealous? I think they will, because our fake news is better than theirs.
Yes, it absolutely is. Ours involves vampires and werewolves.
We have the bestest of fake news.
Yes.
The bestest. And the third and last question of Chameleon, but we still have another question from someone else. Would you consider hiring human riders? There will be a point we will.
Yeah.
We now, like Bo said, we have separate jobs to finance this, and that also ask a lot of attention and time. There will be a point where we will be the final editors, but there has to be a team that continues the stories, because when it gets big, I don't think we can manage it all.
No, absolutely. Our team really needs to grow if that happens. But this needs to be profitable, to expand that team and to expand as a company, and to be able to do more cool stuff with this. Like in our separate jobs, we're also growing. We're also climbing the ladder of the Flemish audio visual system. But it's still if we want to hire someone, we also really want to compensate them fairly, very fairly. And if that's not a possibility, then we just can't do that.
No, indeed. But for the moment, it works. And maybe later this year, we have a marketing team that we can put to work. But it's... We will never stop this. So if we have to do this for 10 more years, just the two of us... So be it.
We would love that. We would keep loving that.
And to give you an in-story answer to your question, would you consider hiring human riders? We already have a human rider.
Absolutely.
And maybe in another season there will follow more, but I don't know. But we have Manuel Moerbeke,
the chronicler.
The chronicler. So we already have a human rider.
And he's from Brussels.
He's from Brussels.
Canonically. So he's the first human writer, but that doesn't mean there won't be any more in the universe.
And then the last question, but not least, from Fred Video. He already sent us a question in the previous edition. What do Dentari think of human vampire movies? Well, I think, to be very honest and to speak for all the Dentari, I think they are big pussies. And they're a little fake.
Yeah, the Dentari think that the information hasn't really gotten to them yet, because I think they would be very offended by your run-of-the-mill Dracula movie or something. The Dentari are much more stylish, and they have a very high society, and they are also they drink human blood, but as we specified in the historian in issue number 2, they just drink the blood of the already deceased and the dying. So they have a very, so to say, ethical system to drink blood and drink human blood, and so they would think Dracula and like the 30 Days of Night vampires are a bunch of savages. And they don't like savages because the Dentari grossly...
High society.
Yeah, they're high society. So, and they're very posh. So they don't come after them with, you're a vampire.
No.
No, that's not a good idea. They're Dentari.
So I think this wraps up this second edition of Mythropool Cast.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to say is follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Just Mythropool, you will find us. And like I said before, tag everybody, share it with everybody, help us grow the community. And like I said, tag the newspapers or tag the media, tag the companies who you think the advertising spots in our newspaper would be interesting for. just tag us, share us, help us build our community and expand and conquer the effing world.
Yes, that would be that would be great. And in the meantime, we will keep writing.
Yes.
Keep illustrating and keep graphic designing to give you guys something that's cool and fun to read and fun to look at. And to tease the 4th issue, I think it's just our favorite up until now. Writing wise, illustration wise, also like what Inge did with the graphic design is baffling. We're finding a way to work together in a way that we hadn't really before. So we're all finding our werkwijze.
Working method.
Yeah, we're all finding our working methods, and we're all finding ways to make those more efficient and work more efficiently together. And the collaboration was already amazing, and it's getting even more amazing month per month.
Now we're just on the point where everybody's input is enriching everyone's work.
Yeah.
Felix's drawings is giving more to our stories. It's giving more to Inge, her graphic design, and vice versa.
Yeah, absolutely. Which is what we really wanted.
Yes.
And it's working. So thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for reading. We really appreciate it. And let's conquer the world.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.